Start.
Hey guys, what's up? Me, NCAA Gamer. I am back at it with another deck profile, a very good deck profile I made. It is Shaddoll Despian. I took it to a locals, actually in my college, because that's why it looks different, because I'm in college right now, at my own dorm. Have a buddy of mine to film. But right now, I decided to do this deck profile. Went to locals, came in third with 3-1. So I decided, you know what, just do a deck profile. So we're gonna go by each archetype. So we're gonna start with the Shaddoll engine. So I run 3 Squidmatas. These cards are like the fullest burial for Shaddolls, or Shaddoll cards, because when you send them by a card effect, they you send another Shaddoll card to the graveyard. And also, if you want to destroy a monster, it has the flip effect that the target wants one monster to destroy it. But I mostly use them for Schism, to get ready for Schism graveyard effects. And overall, I just use them for the foil burial of monsters. Next, I play 2 copies of Wendy. So pretty much she plays either or. So pretty much the flip, you guys search a Shaddoll monster, set it face down. If it goes to the graveyard by card effect, she again sends a Shaddoll monster face down from your deck. And also, I usually, when I dump a Squidmata, usually I dump her to set maybe a beast or a hedgehog or one or other. Next, I have 3 copies of hedgehogs. Sorry, 2 copies of hedgehogs. My bad. I play 2 because I need something to get my spells and traps ready. Maybe if I decide to send Winda, maybe I'll just set a hedgehog. But overall, I just need something that gets me my spells and traps as fast as possible and get my field ready for more destructive plays. And also, if I decide to send it to the graveyard, I do get to add a Shaddoll card, except for himself, to my deck to my hand. Next, I play 2 beasts. Nothing too new. Goes to the graveyard, card effect, draw 1. Spin flip, draw 2. Discard 1. Usually, I special summon this guy from Winda's effect, or if I don't have any good targets, maybe I'll just send it to the graveyard to draw me 1 card. If my hand's not that good. I play 1 Ariel. Her flip effect is like, you get reborn a Shaddoll monster from Banish Zone, and also if it goes to the graveyard by card effect, you get to banish 3 cards. It's a really good card. If you're playing a heavy Banish Zone with your Shaddolls, which I do. So next, I play 1 copy of Beast Dragon. This is pretty much my spell and trap removal, and also bounces a card. So I had to play low defense there. Next, the spells for the Shaddolls is 3 copies of Shaddoll Fusions. It's a very strong card. If my opponent, this is a perfect go second card, because if your opponent just actually summon a monster from your extra deck, you gotta pick this, and you can use some rituals from your deck. And this card is really strong. It's reason at 1 at one point when Shaddolls were really strong to this day, back in those days. But it's still strong to this day. Next, I play 2 copies of El Shaddoll Fusion. When I'm very confident that I can finish my opponent off in 1 turn, this is when I use them, or when they're in danger from a target effect, I just use that, and just so on and so forth. Plus, it's my construct to send, get another Shaddoll card, and get ready for more plays. Next, I play 1 copy of Shaddoll Reincarnation. I usually use it. It's a graveyard effect mostly, because it flips a Shaddoll card by banishing itself and 1 other card. This special summon the flip monster face down to face up. So that's where you use Ariel. Pretty much you just banish this, banish maybe your Shaddoll construct or Winda, or any of the Shaddoll cards you need, and you can just banish that in itself and special summon it back on defense. I play 2 copies of Schism. This is the basic of the line where I need to get my Shaddolls all in the grave as much, well, not all, but a handful of Shaddolls in the grave as much as possible, because this is where mostly I can get my, my extra deck more out of it. because these trap cards are really strong. You use materials from your field and graveyard to remove from play. And also, your monster cannot attack directly, but they also have another effect that if you special summon it, if that monster had the same attributes as your opponent, you can send it to the graveyard. So pretty much this card out of Dragoon, which I really like. Next, this is going to be the Despias. So I have 3 copies of Albur, the Jester of Despias. This is a ridiculously strong card. This is like pretty much like a little effect bearer style. And also when he special summon or normal summon, you do get add a Despia card, or Despia spell, or no, branded spell or trap card, which is pretty cool. And it's really, I love this card so much. I love the artwork, it looks really nice. And also, I believe, let me look at the card effect. Yeah, you can target, oh, sorry. So whenever your face-up fusion monster gets destroyed by battle, if this thing's in your graveyard, you can negate that monster's effect and special summon it, and you can reuse that the brand spell trap, I believe. But overall, this card's really good. I love it. Next, I play 2 tragedies. The reason I play tragedies is maybe if I had a branded spell card with him, I can activate branded, discard the special summon Jouster. The reason I play it is because 1, it adds me a Despian monster, and 2, if what's to say. The field, well, I will show you later on my deck profile. It's going to be coming up very shortly. Is that you can banish this and you can add back that branded spell and trap and set it. So that's where it's pretty good at. And originally I played 1. I didn't really like it. I just need to play 2 because I just don't really trust myself getting my field spell or my branded spell cards get destroyed and stuff like that, and we'll be able to use. I play 1 copy of. Damn it, I can't even see it from this text. Darmarters of Despia. This is a really strong card. I really love this card. The artwork is really good, and he has a really good effect. Is that if you use the material as any material from you went to the graveyard or remove as a fusion material, you can special summon this. So pretty much you can use this as a schism target and you can still special summon it, which is really, really good. And I really love this card. And this is like my tragedy target. I played 1 copy of the Shrouded Dragon. I don't really, the thing is, I don't know if I'm not confident if I'm gonna keep it or not. But the reason I play this maybe to add it, which is to say, it depends on my hand, which is to say I have more of the, maybe I have 2 Jousters in my hand and maybe 1 branded. What he does, or the dragon does, he dumps a branded spell, so the brand opening pretty much, and you can activate one of the effects, you can special summon it, or you can put a bomb in your deck, but that's if you use it as a material, as a fusion card. I haven't really used it as a material yet, but one day I will, and I might hopefully special summon it, or maybe put it in my bottom of my deck and draw 1 card. Next, I play the Theater. That's the Theater of the Branded. This is my field spell. I only play 1 copy of this because it's a 1-of card, and this is where I use Tragedy. It would say weapon to get destroyed. So this is like the fusion card of field spells, like the Fusion Gate and other stuff like that. So you only special summon this. You can special summon monsters that are fairy types. And also, if a non-fairy fusion monster get destroyed by your opponent's card or just straight up destroyed, you can special summon 1 level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is a really good field spell. I really like it. I have 3 copies of Brand Opening. This is like your Despia package right here for your adding or special summoning. You can discard 1 card. Special summon 1 Despian monster on defense. And also it has a protection effect is that if your opponent will destroy it with a card effect, you can remove this card from play and stop from being destroyed, which is really good. And it's really strong. I really like it. So yeah, play 3 of those, it's really good. Next is gonna be my staple / hand traps. So that's pretty much my packages for Despia / Shaddolls. So I play 3 Gammas, 1 driver. It's a really strong, one of the stronger hand traps out there. It's also a light, so if they somehow went to the graveyard, because of course at end phase, they do go remove from play, but if they somehow get destroyed, you got a light target for Caesar. I play 3 copies of Valor. Again, it's a light target. You can use it for Construct. You can use it for the other Despian fusion monster. It's just my go-to plan when to negate your opponent's effects. Next, I play 3 Ash Blossoms. My secret rares are in another deck, which will be coming very soon later. But yeah, it's just, you know, stopping my opponents from searching. Next, I play 1 copy of Irish Swordsman, or Sword Soul. This card is ridiculous. When a card monster gets negated, special summon this card. That's strong. It has 3 different effects. Well, it's a hard one per turn, of course. If not, this card would be ridiculous. If your opponent special summons a monster from the deck, draw 2. If your opponent special summons a monster from hand, you can special summon 1 monster from your hand. If an opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck, you can pop 1 card on the field, which is really good. Next, I play 1 Foolish Burial. It's very simple. It's just my target for a Squid Mod. I just send it to the graveyard, activate Squid Mod, dump another Shaddoll monster or a card. Next, I play Super Polys. It's the base of Shaddolls. Their favorite cards are these. It's a very strong one. You can fuse either side, even your opponent's side, depends if you have the right targets. If not, fuse 1 monster from yours and fuse 1 monster from your opponent's. Also, another card out to Dragoon. And I play 2 copies of Imperms. I used to play 3, but I just dropped it down to 2, just consistent. And I don't really set these to stop the columns. I usually activate these for my hand. That's where I usually rely these on, because I usually have to activate for my hand more than keep them as a set. All right, next I have, I have the extra deck. Right now I play 3 Windows, which they are a very particular card. This is pretty much to stop my opponents from special summoning. If I feel like I have game, I would summon Winda, because only we can special summon 1 monster while she's on the field, plus she get protected from card effects, which is really, really, really good. And I really, really, really like these, and it's very strong. Next, I play 3 copies of Construct. Also, another Foolish Burial effect, or for any cards, because it could be any Shaddoll card, which is very cool, and also has the effect that it can destroy the monster automatically if it battles a monster from the extra deck. And also, when she goes to the graveyard, same thing for Winda, you can add 1 Shaddoll spell trap from the grave to your hand. I play 2 copies of Alkaloon. When I need to stop an opponent's effect, I will summon her, and also she has, when she's sent to the graveyard, you can add a Shaddoll card from your deck or graveyard, and then discard 1 card. So maybe if I have a Shaddoll card I can just discard, just add that 1 Shaddoll card you need, and discard the other one. I play Mud Dragon and Starving Venom Fusion Dragon. These are 2 of my Super Poly targets. I'm not really having luck with this one, but more than that, because you just need 2 darks, while this one needs 2 monsters with the same attribute but different types, which is kind of hard, but maybe one day I will respond with that. Next, I play like 2 Link monsters. Play Gravity Controller and Verte. Verte, you just dump. I just usually dump Super Poly to maybe summon him, or maybe summon any of the Shaddoll cards. But I use this guy for Contract, because I usually put Contract in my extra deck. Then, Link 1, summon him, and use Contract's effect. Hopefully not get negated by Call of the Grave or Ghost Bella. Next, I have a side deck. I have 15 cards for my side deck. I play 3 DD Crows. It's just, banishing. That's pretty good. Breaking the board, depends who you're playing with. I play 3 Lancias to stop people who is very expert on banishing cards. So pretty much like Virtual World, for example. I play 3 copies of Nibiru. The person who's really good at summoning a shitload of cards on the field. Just destroy everything with a giant rock. I play 3 Lightning Storms. for second turn purposes, and also can destroy your opponent's face-up monsters, or no, attack position monsters, or destroy all spells and traps. I usually destroy spells and traps and monsters. Why not? And I played 3 copies of Evilly Matched. Again, disrupt the board. Maybe my hand was bad, and I just want to disrupt the board. Just go to my battle phase and just activate this trap card. All right, well, this is my deck for Despian Shaddoll. I hope you enjoy this. Like it. And also, I forgot to add 3 more cards. I forgot to do these 3. My bad. It's Despian. Can't even pronounce his name. I'm not gonna mess it up. But this is the only Despian fusion monster I play, because he just only require 1 light, 1 dark, or 1 dark. Even though the bigger guy requires 2 light or dark monsters, but this one requires 1. During your main phase, you can quick effect it and make the monsters go to 0 attack, except for level 8 or higher fairies, which is really good. Oh no, level 8 or higher fusion monsters, which is really good. If this card, face-up card, owner leaves because of the opponent's card effect, you can add 1. You can special summon a Fallen Abbess, which I don't even play, or a Despian monster from your deck. So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have another deck profile I'll be showing off very soon, but this deck profile will be out maybe later of the week. Well, this one you're gonna be looking at will be out by today. I hope you enjoy this video. Welcome back, and signing out.